Hey there, awesome folks. Listen, I want you as ex housewives or ex trad wives to understand that all those administrative skills you think you don't have, you do have. I want to talk to you about 5 skills that you have right now that can be used in the project management field. Stay tuned. Some folks, this is Mentor Shelly, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. I want you guys to realize, as ex wives or ex caregivers, whether you lost a spouse due to being unpartnered, or you lost a family member because you were taking care of them and they've passed on, my condolences. I want to also remind you that not because that has happened, that does not mean your professional life is something of the past. Yes, you may not have been in the workforce for a long time, but you can jump back in with skills you already have. Now, skill number one I want to bring to the fore: time management. Every project manager or every project or every project manager needs to have time management on lock. Tracking activities with systems like Asana, Trello, ClickUp, just to name a few, can be used to help you technology wise to manage those. But you can definitely track and have the time management, whether you're working with a team for managing a project, or you're working on your own, or you having to outsource some of those things for that particular project. But you can do project management from anywhere. So it also provides remote opportunities as well. Keep in mind that you already have that skill. If you're running a household, time management is crucial. Time management in paying bills, time management in making sure the children and everybody else is in their proper places to get things done around the house, making sure that everybody's getting to their appointments and making the appointments, and making sure everybody's supposed to be in their wonderful prospective places. That's skill number one. Skill number two: delegating tasks, or task delegation, is crucial to project management. It's crucial because in the home you are delegating. Okay, Johnny, you handle the driveway. Susie, you fold the clothes. Mark, you take care of this and this and that. Wherever people have their strengths, or whoever was quickest in certain areas, you are directing them when you are doing a lot of homemaking skills, and you can do that when you're doing project management, because then you're not dealing with kids in a home. You're dealing with grown-ups that have a specific skill. So they're working on the project with you, but they're working on making sure that each part, let's say you have 5 areas in a particular, 5 tasks that need to be done to get this project to move from phase A to phase B. So you're delegating different tasks. That's part of the skills that you'll need in project management. That's 2 skills so far. Third skill, we talk about this before in other videos: budgeting. You're going to have to understand that you have a budget when you are working in the home with the husband, or with that family member, to manage what needs to be done with when and what resources. So this is no different. In project management, you're going to have to understand how to budget for the skills you need, for maybe additional software you need, for additional resources you need to get the project done. This is no different. You're going to have to manage budgets in the professional space and in the personal space. So of course you were doing the budgeting when you were working as a trad wife, making sure you have enough money to make sure all everybody has their favorite cereal, and you still have money left over just in case of an emergent situation. So budgeting was a part of what you were doing as an ex-trad wife or an ex-caregiver. And of course, budgeting becomes very important in project management as well, to be able to manage the resources, which, in this case, we're talking about money, but we're also talking about things you may need as well, to be able to budget and allocate funds in the right places, right? Because you're already doing it as a trad wife. You're doing it in project management as well. Number 4, problem solving. 9 times out of 10, whatever project management, whatever the project is, it was most likely formulated or the project was created to solve a problem. Let's say, for example, I'm working on a yard project, right? Because the problem was I have a yard that I want to have more privacy on, right? And in order to fix that problem, I'm going to put a project together to be able to not only fence the surroundings of the yard, but also create a garden and creating a sitting area. So not only is it private, but it's enjoyable. How do we do that? We solve the problem by buying the tools, buying the resources, buying the plywood to build the fence, um, hiring the proper help to obtain, spend resources, budgeting for either somebody to get it done or for you to actually purchase the materials to build it yourself, and to have people participate in different parts of that project to get the privatization of your yard done. Something as it seems so simple, but it's a project. And nothing in project management, you're not doing anything different. You maybe not managing how to get your yard privatized, but you're managing a different type of project in the professional sense. So you can still use that problem solving skill. Okay, well, we have an issue here. We have a supplier. Our budget isn't quite right, but if we do this piece, and then we wait and get approval for that piece, then we can get additional funding to resolve those issues. Those are some of the things that you'll run into with project management when you're doing it for a company or you're working as a project management freelancer to handle projects for other clients for a fee, of course. Last but certainly not least, communication. If you are an ex-trad wife, if you're a trad wife, if you're a homemaker, if you are a caregiver, communication is absolutely vital to what it is that you're doing. You're going to have to communicate with all of these skills, whether you're communicating through email, through voice, through text messaging, through snail mail, depending on what you're communicating. Or you're communicating, okay, well, this needs to be done by a certain time. You're keeping up with, time management in each piece of the project. So you're making sure there's an ebb and flow. Communication is required through all of that. And I want you to understand all 5 of these skills you already have. You already have them. Okay? Remember that. You already have these skills. I would suggest if you want to, don't feel like you have imposter syndrome, you can take a project management course on Udemy right now, or you can go to YouTube University and search through a few more videos to get the buttoned up, formalized version. But you already have the skills to become a great project manager. It's not as hard as you think because you already have those skills. But of course, if you want to get some help in just defining that for yourself, I definitely have my resource here. You can go to mentorshelly.com/ETW. I'm more than happy to assist you with getting, fine tuning what skills you already have. But I can guarantee you, just based on looking through what project management requires, you have the skills already. So let's go ahead. If you want to go ahead and get a certification, that's fine. But you have the skills already. And if you understand how to communicate those skills on a resume, which I can also help you with, you can go to mentorshelly.com/resume to get that buttoned up and communicate that efficiently. So you have your career tool and you have the skills to be able to function in that role, whether you're working directly for an employer or you want to work directly for an employer, or offer that as a freelance service. All right, guys, I want to make sure you have all of what you need. And if you have additional questions, you can go to mentorshelly.com/contact, where you can leave me a voicemail or an email message, and I'm more than happy to return your voicemail or email within 24 hours. At the end of the day, do not fret, do not worry. If you're looking into project management as an ex-trad wife, you already got the skills to pay the bills. All right, guys, take care. You have a good one.